Want to give a big shout out to Courtney Rose, one of our new subscribers and fellow 8-Bit heroes. So if you'd like to be shouted out on our next video, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, share the video out to some people, and do us the biggest honor of all and hit that subscribe button. That being said, on to the video. So Guillermo del Toro's latest outing is a neo-noir thriller called Nightmare Alley. And it's interesting, so let's talk about it. So Nightmare Alley stars a bunch of different stars. In particular, Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman. Those are really the only ones that matter, to be honest. Now, going forward, this is actually an interesting movie. So I love mysteries, I love noirs, I love thrillers, and being that this movie is set right before the start of World War II, it's very, very interesting. And you're basically following Bradley Cooper's main character, Stan Carlisle. Now, Stan is interesting because he is a carny, and for the uninitiated, that's the person that works for carnivals. He's a carny by choice, and the reason that is because he's running from something. Now, of course, if I tell you what that is, that's a spoiler, but he's running from something, and so he finds himself working for a carnival. And there's where the really colorful cast of characters really come in to play. And what makes this fascinating is, Bradley Cooper's a good actor. Cate Blanchett is a great actress. But some of these people really surprised me. And I mean, really surprised me. Like David Strathairn, I never can say his name. David Strathairn as Pete. I really, really enjoyed him. So Pete is basically he's like this really old con man / magician type dude. And you could tell he's never had a son in his life. He's never had somebody to really pass on his skills of the trade of basically being a mentalist, or for lack of a better term, he's basically like a Miss Cleo style con man, but with a lot more skill. Now, so that he was really cool, but a lot of actresses in this movie really I don't want to say they changed my opinion of them, but I definitely felt better about watching them in future roles. So if I have to talk about it, Toni Collette, I don't dislike her, but some of the roles that I've seen her in particular, she used to have this show with with Captain Marvel chick, Brie Larson, in which she had multiple personalities, and that show really got on my nerves. But she was really good in this as Xena, which is basically Pete's wife, and I really enjoyed her. She does tarot card readings, and she's also a mentalist, and they both take Bradley Cooper's character under their wing and teach him the ways of the trade, and I really enjoyed her. Now, Willem Dafoe is always good. He's never not good. In fact, in a movie where everybody's looking, because this is 1940s, late 1930s, early 1940s, everybody's looking rough. I mean, real rough, especially Ron Perlman, looking just as rough as they can. Willem Dafoe, still looks cool. It's amazing. And what also is amazing is that this movie actually made me care about Rooney Mara. And I have disliked Rooney Mara ever since that racist bullcrap tiger lily that she did for that Peter Pan movie. I have disliked Rooney Mara ever since I saw her in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo remake, where she basically just completely and utterly was just disrespecting the Lisbeth Salander character. She was just terrible in that movie. And I just thought that she was a terrible actress in general until I saw this film. She actually kind of changed my mind as Molly Cahill in this movie. She wasn't terrible. She was actually really, I felt for her character. I felt for her. I was able to empathize with her, and I could never do that in any other role I've ever seen her in. She just gets on my last nerve, but up until this point. But that being said, I normally like Cate Blanchett, in almost everything. I even liked her as Hela in Thor Ragnarok. But I really wanted to strangle Cate Blanchett in this movie. And once you see it, you will understand why. Cate Blanchett is a straight bitch in this movie. Like, no pretense, no nothing. She is just a straight bitch. But it's a really fun movie. Like, and it's not fun in the way that you would say, that movie, I really got like an action movie's fun. It's fun in the way that you really get to see these actors just throw it all out there. Like, it's almost as if they are on a stage play. That's how really earnestly they're really taking their performances. And I really enjoyed that. So the script is really well done. Like, just the way that they're able to capture the vernacular of the time period. If you don't know how these people talked back then, there are going to be a lot of moments where you don't really understand what they're saying. That's how dedicated they were to making this somewhat accurate in the way that they speak to each other. And I really appreciated that. Now, also, what was very interesting about the aesthetic and the way that the script is written is that they don't paint this time period with rose-tinted glasses like you see a lot of movies that are set in this time period do. What they really do is show you how hard it is to really make it in that time period. And I really thought that was cool. Like, they really go above and beyond to make that work. Also, the script isn't bogged down necessarily with a lot of like exposition and things like that. Like, when they have the moments where they're talking about their past, it's not like droning on and on and on and chewing up scenery. So all that was cool. Visually, this is a Guillermo del Toro movie, so visually it's gonna be on point. He always has his movies on point when it comes to visuals, and I really dig that. So basically, like, if you're looking at Guillermo del Toro movies, this is taking place, I'd say, in the same time period. I could be wrong, but in the same time period as The Shape of Water. And that was really cool to me. Almost like, I really feel like if Guillermo del Toro wanted to, he could tie all these movies together in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and like have his own little weird noir universe. But that's just me, musing on what could be, but we know that's not gonna happen. Now, things that I did not like about this movie, which are very few. I didn't like the idea of the way that the people that are rich in this movie are portrayed. And I don't mean that they're portrayed positively or negatively. What I do mean by that is that they portray them almost as if they are better in some way than the main cast because they're poor. I thought that was, and I know they don't mean to, and they're not doing it in a malicious fashion, but they definitely give these people that have money an out for their moral shortcomings that they do not afford the other cast, that especially the Carnival cast. Like, they make the Carnival cast wrongdoing seem so much greater than the people that are rich and are really ruining people's lives. So I thought that was interesting, but I mean, it's just a nitpick on my part. No need to really dwell on that. But this movie is, like I said, if you like noir thrillers, if you really are, trying to scratch that mystery itch, definitely watch it. So if I have to give a number for it, I would give Nightmare Alley a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this. This would be a movie that I would probably watch again. And I'd never watch movies more than once. So take it for what you will. Well, guys, I'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace.